Okay, so this week, a couple of real world scenarios that may affect you. Questions that I want to answer really quickly just to make sure that you know how we can help. Best case scenario in situations for you moving forward. Okay, so the market has gotten to the point where people are going to be wanting to sell their properties. If you have questions about selling, hit us up first. Now, we do sell a lot of houses. You don't have to sell through us. However, you should know the benefits of selling with us before you decide to go it alone or with another realtor. The issue with selling to another realtor is they might not know what your contracts say. They might not know how things are tied in on the property management side. They could be looking one direction and miss, hey, you got a tenant in there, and how's that going to affect a potential buyer or somebody that's coming along to pick up that property? In addition, what you need to be paying attention to are the numbers and how everything works out. And I think in this market, we all have these preconceived notions of what we think capital gains will look like, or how tough or not a 1031 exchange might be, or whether or not it works for me. I think there's a lot of information that's out there, and what I see a lot of people not stopping and really thinking about is, how does this really affect you? It's not that everybody's situation and how we got here is all so different, right? And I think I heard something recently on a podcast, and it had to do with financial planning and financial wealth. And there are so many decisions that we can make that are logical decisions when it comes to investing, whether it's in real estate or otherwise. And then when you're considering these logical decisions that need to be made, there's this element of emotion that comes into it. And there's no avoiding that element of emotion. And that emotion can come from different places. It can come from previous experiences. It can come from previous traumas, right? It can come from all kinds of things and how that shows up. And I think that's where logic can go right out the window, right? It might be a much better idea to hold on to your property for X amount of time, but your pain points might look different than the person that lives next door to you, right? And you might not know why, they just are. And sometimes we don't talk about those things enough to really recognize, hey, these are the benefits of one way versus the other, because we've heard it from somebody else. So with that, as you're considering options with your property, let us know, get us involved super early. We've had even this week, a couple of different scenarios that we've been able to hopefully help the client in a way where, it gives them an alternative of recognizing what their true options are and getting ahead of it before something happens. Remember, if you lived in your property and then you rented it, there are requirements that the IRS has in place that will help you forego capital gains, right? What does that look like? And does that even matter to you, right? Everybody wants to avoid capital gains like the plague, but usually that's investors who are taking properties, property to property to property to property to build this stuff up and not have to worry about it. But if you're taking that money out to do something else with it, whether you're going to be making more money on it or whether you're going to be using it for something personal that will positively impact you and your family, that's a conversation to have as well. Cool. Hey, I hope this is helpful. Fed has basically said that they're going to be doing some sort of decrease before the end of the year, which I anticipate, as it did with the market yesterday. The market went on a tear. I bet you interest rates here start coming down because buyer sentiment is going to be more optimistic as to what we're going to be seeing in the future here this year. I think we took a step back from that in the last 30 days, but now we're back to this optimism, and I think we're going to be seeing some good things. I think we are seeing increased listings hit the market, but we're still grossly under where we should be for a normalized market. Most of the market is still in a stronger seller's market because there is still buyer demand, and it's only going to pick up. Interest rates come down, watch out. Prices are gonna go back up again. Cool. Just my 2 cents. Thanks for watching.